Hi guys, Adam here. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use several different baseball pitches and the grips and how to throw them in baseball. There are a variety of different groups and pitches to throw hitters off during a game. Um, the most key and important part about throwing all these pitches is always making sure you keep the same arm slot and same arm speed when you throw them so the hitter does not know that a certain pitch is coming. Like people are known to say you throw your fastball over the top, but then your curveball you short arm it. So then if they see the short arm coming in, they're like, okay, I know it's a curveball. That's why it is very important to be able to throw all your pitches at the same arm slot and arm speed. Excuse me. The first pitch I'm going to be going over is the most basic grip in all of baseball, which is the four seam fastball. Now, the four seam fastball is used by all sorts of players, as in position players on the field as well as pitchers, which is the most straightest and fastest pitch that there is. It should be. It should be your most effective pitches for strikes. So the four seam fastball is what you're going to do is take out your baseball and you get your four seams and you just put your two fingers across the four seams. That's all. And you just throw it like a normal ball motion. Now the next fastball I'm going to get to is the two seam fastball, which is a two seam grip, which is instead of the four seam coming across, you just flip the ball over to the two seams and you put your two fingers on the two seams and you let it glide off your wrist, which will indeed bring action to when the ball's spinning. It'll kind of, like I'm right-handed, so it will go inside on the right-handed batter and it will tail away from the left-handed batter, which is when I like using it most is with the left-handed batter because tails away way harder to hit. It will be a little slower than your four-seam fastball, but that'll happen with the movement. Then the next pitches I'm going to be going over are the changeups. Now there are two different changeup grips I'm going to be showing you today. The one is the three-finger changeup grip, and the one that I use is the circle changeup grip. Now, I used to use the three-finger changeup grip when I was a younger pitcher, but now that I've gotten older, my hands have gotten bigger, which indeed lets me use the circle change, which has more movement and really makes me be able to identify or hide the fastball more. As in, you're supposed to keep this pitch. It's supposed to look like your fastball, but it's really not. That's what throws off the hitter's timing. So the original three-finger grip is just, you take your finger, like here's the four-seam fastball. You're going to put your third finger over, and then your bottom is just your pinky and your thumb, and you just put those together like this. This is the three-finger changeup grip. It's the same arm angle. You just roll it over your fingers, and the ball will become slower and dive down from the hitters, but it comes out looking like a fastball. The next pitch, which is the circle change, I throw, you make the OK symbol with your hand. So here's your four-seam fastball grip, and on the side of the two seams, and on the two seams, you make the OK symbol with your hand. You see? That's why they call it the OK symbol. And then you put your other three just on the side of the baseball, but you don't want to grip it too tight, as you just want to let it flow off your hand when you're throwing. So those are the different changeup grips. And then the next pitch I will show you is the knuckleball. Now the knuckleball is a very difficult pitch to master, which not many people have. The only pitchers that I really remember mastering it are R.A. Dickey and Tim Wakefield, who were in the MLB, retired now, but they were great knuckleball pitchers. And the thing about the knuckleball is you don't have to have a lot of speed on any of your pitches, really, because you can be a junk pitcher and just go for movement, which is what makes these guys so effective. So the way that I throw a knuckleball is where you take your three fingers and you put it across the four seam like so, and your pinky is kind of just gripped on the side, and your thumb is lightly on the bottom seam, and it comes out like this. It comes out like this, and what the knuckleball is supposed to do, instead of all the other pitches where they spin and dive, this ball stays like this in the air, just floats. That's why the knuckleball is the most unpredictable pitch in baseball, because you don't know what it's going to do. Like if the wind takes it or anything in the air, that's why it's supposed to go like this, and it dives, and it's the most unpredictable pitch. Now, the next pitch that I'll show you is the curveball, which is my favorite pitch. It is my most effective pitch, as in for strikeouts. There's two different ways I'm going to show you how to throw it. the first way is the way I like to throw it. Not many people do it like this, but I take mine on the four seam, and then right on the side of the four seam, I plant my two fingers. Those are the only two fingers you're going to need, is your pointer finger and your middle finger. And what you're going to do is, instead of a fastball or anything, or a changeup when you're just gliding it, this, you come down and you snap your wrist hard. You still have the same arm motion, but you come down and snap your wrist hard, so it gives the ball the downward and curve that's going to make the hitter swing and miss. And the other grip for the curveball is just on the inside of the two seam. So here's your two seam fastball grip, and on the very inside, you're going to just put your fingers the same way, and then still spin rate. Now the last pitch that I'm going to be going over is the slider. The slider is kind of a combination between the fastball and the curveball. It is thrown more like a fastball, but it slides away from the hitter or inside to a hitter, but it still has the velocity on it, sort of like a fastball. So it's just like with your two-seam grip, and on the inside of the two-seam grip was the curveball, but then you go on the outside of the two-seam grip like this. And instead of using both your fingers, you're mostly going to use your middle finger on the seam. That is, your pointer finger is kind of your guide hand here, or your guide finger, excuse me. And then you don't really snap it down, you just throw it hard, and it will tug a little bit as you let go, which makes it sweep. Well, anyways, those are all the different pitches I'm going to show you today. I hope I was helpful, and thank you guys very much.